So, hello everyone, welcome to the new session of our channel. In our mathematics section, we had just started with an introduction to logarithm in our previous class, and in today's session, we would be discussing the laws of logarithm. So, let us begin with our session, and I hope that you are more confident about this chapter than you were in our previous video. So in this session we would be studying the laws of logarithm. So let us start with the first law of logarithm, which states that for two variables m comma n greater than 0, means that there are two variables m comma n. M and n can be any two variables, suppose 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, and so on, which should be greater than 0. Then log of mn to the base of a equals log of m to the base a plus log of n to the base a. This is the first law. Let us now prove the first law. So suppose log of m to the base a equals x. X is another variable, and we are taking this value log of m to the base a as x, and log of n to the base a equals y. Then log of m to the base equals a implies that a to the power x equals m, because in the previous session we had discussed that any number which can be expressed in the form of log of m to the base of a equals x implies that a to the power x equals m, and log of n to the base a equals y implies that a to the power y equals n. If you are having problem in understanding this, then I would request you to watch our previous video, which is all about understanding the language of logarithm. So log of n to the base a equals y implies that a to the power y equals n. Therefore, if we multiply m and n from both these equations, then we would get a to the power x multiplied by a to the power y. So what is actually applied? It is nothing but a to the power x plus y, because the base of both the numbers are the same, and when the index and when two numbers are multiplied and their bases are equal, then their indexes are added. I have already discussed this in our previous lecture. So this gives us log of mn to the base of a equals x and y. Is x and y? Is x and y? Is x and y? X and y is nothing but log of m to the base a and log of n to the base a. So we can conclude here that log of mn to the base of a equals log of m to the base a and log of plus. So we can conclude here that log of mn to the base of a equals log of m to the base a plus log of n to the base a. In general, this is a note for all of us to remember. In general, for positive rational numbers x1, x2, x3 up to xn, log of x1, x2, x3 dot 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 up to xn, that is log of x1 multiplied by x2 multiplied by x3 multiplied by x4 and up to xn to the base of a implies that equals log of x1 to the base of a plus log of x2 to the base of a plus dot 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 up to the number x log of xn to the base of a. So I hope that you have understood the first law, and I have tried to explain it as lucid as possible. Till when we would be doing all the examples of this chapter, I hope that you will be more clearer of this law. So moving on to our second law. Our second law of logarithm states that for any two variables m and n greater than 0, log of m divided by n to the base of a equals log of m to the base of a minus or subtract log of n to the base of a. Again, when we have stated some laws, we need to prove it. So to prove this law, we again take log of m to the base of a as an independent variable x and log of n to the base of a as another independent variable y. So again, we know that log of m to the base of a can be written as a to the power of x equals m, and log of n to the power of a equals y can be written as a to the power y equals n. Similarly, if we divide m by n, we will get a to the power of x divided by a to the power of y, and as I have discussed in my previous lecture, when there are two numbers which are divided and have the equal basis, then their indexes are subtracted. So m divided by n is nothing but a to the power x minus y. So log of m divided by n to the base a equals x minus y. So what is x and what is y? We have taken x to be log of m to the base a and y is log of n to the base a. So log of m divided by n to the base a is equal to log of m to the base of a minus log of n to the base of a. So that is the proof of the law that which we stated right now. So I hope that it will get more clearer when we will solve the examples and when I will give you more problems to solve on this particular topic. Moving on to our third law. Our third law states that for m, n greater than 0, log of m to the power n to the base of a equals n multiplied by log of m to the base of a. So what does this actually mean? Before I am elaborating on this law, I need to prove this law to support this law as well. So let us suppose log of m to the base of a equals an independent variable x. So I have already discussed in the previous chapter that if there is a number which is expressed in logarithmic language as log of m to the base a equals x, then we know that in exponential form it can be written as a to the power x equals m. A to the power x equals m. Now if we want to power both the sides with a certain variable n, right? If we are powering off both sides of an equation with an independent variable n which is greater than 0. So by law of indices we know that when there are two variables, both are on the index of a base, then they are multiplied. So a to the power xn equals m to the power n. So this can be written as a to the power xn equals m to the power n. If we write this in logarithmic language, then it will be a log of m to the power n to the base a equals nx. Obviously, because we know that if we have to, we can just prove this. Like you just convert this equation log of m to the power n to the base a equals nx into exponential form. You will see that a to the power nx equals m to the power n. So we can definitely write this as that a to the power xn equals m to the power n implies that log of m to the power n to the base of a equals xn. So this can further be written as log of m to the power n to the base a equals n multiplied by log of m to the base a. Why? Because we have taken in our first step that x is an independent variable which is equal to log of m to the base a. So we are just substituting the value of x in the last equation. So this gives us the law number 3. So law number 3 is a bit complicated because we have not yet solved the problems. You need not get tensed about this. When we will solve the problem, I will show you the concept behind each problem and the law which has been used in each problem. I am very confident that then it will get very clear to you that which concept is used in which type of problems, because there are a lot of applications of these sums which we will use later. Moving on to law number 4. Law number 4 states that log of n to the base a to the power p. Here we have to note that the base is itself in an exponential form. The base is itself in exponential form, which is a to the power p. This equals to 1 by p log of n to the base of a. So we need to prove this as well. Supposing that log of n to the base of a to the power p is equal to x, and which is an independent variable again, then we can say that a to the power p to the power of x equals n. We can say definitely, because we have discussed in our previous lecture that if there is any number which can be expressed in this type of logarithmic language, that log of n to the base, suppose we take a to the power p as an suppose if we take a to the power p as a variable z, suppose log of n to the base z equals x, then we can write z to the power of x equal to n. So this is the same thing which we have written. Look, that a to the power p to the power x equals n. So this is the same, the concept is same throughout in logarithm. So we just need to apply a substitution and we need to solve the equation, and nothing else is required. Then we know that when there are two indexes separated by a bracket, then the indexes get multiplied. So a to the power px is equals n. So again, substituting the exponential form into logarithmic form, we will get px equals log of n to the base of a. Alright, because again, if we change this logarithmic language to exponential form, we will get the same equation one step back, which is a to the power px equals n. So we are just changing the equations once from exponential to logarithmic form and again to logarithmic to exponential form. So that is what we are doing. So this gives us x is equal to, because we are shifting the variable p from left hand side to right hand side. So it is actually multiplied on the left hand side, so it will get divided when it comes to the right hand side. So x is equal to 1 by p log of n to the base of a. Now we have a certain value of x, right? We have substituted a value for x, so we will put that value, which is log of n to the base of a to the power p equals 1 by p log of n to the base of a. So this is the proof for law number 4. So I hope it's getting clearer, or it may get denser in your mind as well, but don't worry at all. When we will solve the problems, I will solve it one by one, so it will not be a matter of problem. So moving on to our next example, which is law number 5. Law number 5 is a very simple one. Law number 5 states that log of m to the base of a is equal to 1 by log of a to the base of m. So this is just the reciprocal of each other, right? So this is what the law of number 5 under the law of logarithm states. So we need to prove this. So the proof is very simple as well. So let us again take log of m to the base a as a certain variable x. So we know if we change this logarithmic language into exponential language, then it will get we will get m equals a to the power of x. We have discussed this. So m equals a to the power x, okay, implies m to the power 1 by x equals a. We know this, right? For those who don't know this, suppose we have a number 4 equals 2 square. We can say only when we can say that 4 to the power of half equals 2, right? 4 to the power half equals 2 means what? That 4 is equal to 2 to the power of 2. That 2 and 1 by 2 gets cancelled, so the left hand side as well as the right hand side remains 2. So that's why from there this is also a part of the exponential laws. So m equals a to the power x implies m to the power 1 by x equals a. This in turn implies, if we again change this exponential form to logarithmic form, we will get 1 by x equals log of a to the base of m. Log of a to the base of m equals 1 by x. If we just interchange the positions, if we just cross multiply these two equations, like x goes to right hand side and log comes to left hand side, then we will get this equation that x is equal to 1 by log of a to the base of m. And what have we substituted x for? It is nothing but log of m to the base of a equals 1 by log of a to the base of log of a to the base m. Let's move on to our next law, law number 6. Law number 6 states that for 3 variables m, a and b greater than 0 and a is not equal to 1 and b is not equal to 1, log of m to the base of a equals log of m to the base of b divided by log of a to the base of b. This is known as the law of the change of bases. Suppose we have a base which is a and we have a problem in which we have to change the base. That is, we have to change the value a so that we can solve the problem, so that we can solve or reduce the problem to get the required answer. So in this case we need to apply the law of change of base, which is this law, that log of m to the base of a equals log of m to the base of b divided by log of a to the base of b. Note that in the left hand side we have the base as a and in the right hand side the base changes to b. So proving this law, suppose again we take log of m to the base of a as x, then a to the power x becomes m. Here log of a to the power x to the base of b equals log of m to the base of b. Taking log to the base of b on both sides. On both sides of the equation we are taking log to the base of b. So we have just studied under log. We have just studied in the previous law that if there is any equation in the form of log of a to the power x to the base of b, then x gets multiplied to the log and the log remains as it is. So the power in the index form gets multiplied. So here also we have we have done the same thing, that x multiplied by log of a to the base of b is equal to log of m to the base of b. The right hand side remains unchanged. So what have we substituted x for? We have substituted x for log of m to the base of a. We have just substituted this, that log of m to the base of a, and log of a to the base of b gets multiplied and equals log of m to the base of b. This is remain unchanged. We have not yet changed this. So log of m to the base of a is nothing but log of m to the base of b divided by log of a to the base of b. So this is also a very simple proof. We just have to keep in mind the previous law which we have studied in this session only, that log of a to the power x to the base of b implies that x multiplied by log of a to the base of b. If you have forgotten this law, just rewind this video a little bit and you will get to see the law which I have discussed just a few minutes earlier. And replacing b by m in the above result, we get log of m to the base of a equals log of m to the base of m equals log of a to the base of m, right? We are just replacing b by m, but we know that when the bases and but we know that log of m to the base of m is equal to 1, right? So this will give us nothing but the law which we have just studied in the previous. So this gives us the previous law which we have just studied now, that log of m to the base of m, log of m to the base of a equals 1 by log of a to the base of m. So this is just we can say an extension of the previous law. Let us just quickly move on to law number 7, as this is the second last law which we have in the under this topic, which is laws of logarithm, and then we will solve the problems. Moving on to law. Law number 7 states that for two variables a and n greater than 1 and a not equals 1, a to the power log of n to the base of a equals n. We need to understand this, that a to the power log of n to the base of a equals n. First prove this. Let us prove this law. Let us take log of n to the base of n as x. Then again we are just shifting this logarithmic language into exponential language, that is a to the power x equals n. A to the power log of n to the base of a equals n, putting the value of x in a to the power x equals n. Right, we have just taken x as log of n to the base of a, and we are just putting the value of x which we have got in this equation, a to the power x equals n, and we are just putting the value of x as log of n to the base of a. So this gives us nothing but the law. We have just given these examples for you to understand more better, that if there is an equation, suppose 3 to the power log of 8 to the base of 3, this is 8. 2 to the power 3 log 5 to the base of 2, this is nothing but 2 to the power log 125 to the base 2, which is 5 cube again. So these are some of the examples for you to understand this law better. Let us move into our last law, which is law number 8. So this is the last and the final law under this topic, which is law number 8. Law number 8 states that a to the power log of c to the base of b is equal to c to the power log of a to the base b. So as we have followed in every other laws, so we need to prove this law as well. So going on to the proof of this law, supposing a to the power log of c to the base of b is an independent variable p. So taking log on both sides of the equation, on both on left hand side and the right hand side of the equation, we have log a multiplied by log of c to the base of b is equal to log p. This is coming from again law number 3. If you are not able to recall, so please go back to the video and have a look at law number 3. So this is just the same. So now we are just taking log of a from the left hand side to the right hand side. On the left hand side it is in multiplication form, so in the right hand side when it goes from left hand side to right hand side it will be in division form. So log of c to the base of b is equal to log of p by log of a, and we know that log of p by log of a is nothing but log of p to the base of a. So log of p to the base of a is equal to log of c to the base of b. So here again we have stated the same thing, that log c by log b is equal to log p by log a. Just the similar thing from the second step. So now we are just interchanging the positions, that log a is in the denominator of right hand side, it goes on to the numerator of left hand side, and log b remains as where it is. So log p also remains as where it is, and log c comes from the numerator of left hand side to the denominator of right hand side. And this gives us log of a to the base of b is equal to log of p to the base of c. Now if we want to change this logarithmic language into exponential forms, we know that it will c to the power log of a to the base of b is equal to p. But what is the value of p? P is nothing but a to the power log of c to the base of b is equal to c to the power log of a to the base of b. So this is the proof of law number 8, which is our last law. If you have really found this video of any interest, then please do subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Then you will never miss any notifications from us. And please don't forget to share and like. So thank you very much. I am ending my video here.